I'm going to go through every problem on the review assignment for the test. So if you need help on it, this is your review. Number 1, find the area of the rectangle below in square inches. We need everything in inches, so the 20 is good to go, but the 3 yards is not. What we do know, though, is that there's 3 feet in 1 yard, and there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So because we have 3 yards, we're going to use this conversion because that has yards in it. The other one doesn't. So we have to have yards. And because we have yards on top, we need yards on the bottom. And there's just 1 yard. So we put 1 yard on the bottom, and that's equal to 3 feet, so 3 feet on top. Yards cancel. Multiply straight across, so 3 times 3 is 9. 9 feet. 1 times 1 is 1. If I divide 9 by 1, I still have 9 feet. So I'm not quite there yet. That's not my answer. I still need to change to inches. So 9 feet over 1. I'm changing into inches, so I'm going to use the one that has feet and inches. This one now. And because I have feet on top, I want feet on the bottom. And there's 1 of those, so 1 foot. And that's equal to 12 inches, so 12 inches on the top. Feet cancels, multiply across. 9 times 12 is 108 inches. 1 times 1 is 1. But again, if you divide, that's just 108 inches. So now we have 108 inches as our base, and our height is here. So to get the area, base times height, 20 times 108 is 2,160 inches squared, which is our final answer as the area. You are painting a wall that is 114 inches by 5 yards. We're changing everything into feet. So again, we know 3 feet is 1 yard, and we know 12 inches equals 1 foot inches. So for the first one, 114 inches. This is the only one that has inches in it, so we have to use 12 inches equals 1 foot. We have inches on top, so we need our 12 inches on the bottom. That's equal to 1 foot, so 1 foot goes up. Inches over inches is gone. 114 times 1 is still 114. And 1 times 12 is still 12. And if I divide those out, I get 9.5 feet. So that's one side. It's either the base or the height. Then I take my 5 yards, and I'm going to change that into feet. So 1 here. Now I'm going to use this conversion because that has yards in it. I have yards on top, so I need yards on bottom. And it's 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, so 3 feet on top. Yards cancel. 3 times 5 is 15 feet. And 1 times 1 is 1. If I divide, I still have 15 feet. So if you go ahead and now you want area, base times height, so 9.5 times 15 is 142.5 feet squared. That's the area. Number 3, what is the most appropriate unit of measure for the length of the following? A whale. You could do this in different units than what I say, but a lot of people put yards, or we could have just said feet. A pencil, probably centimeters or inches. And a county, depending on the size of the county, if it's big, we'd say miles and kilometers. Solve t in the formula I equals PRT. So what do we need to get rid of? If we want to get t by itself, we need to get rid of p and r. And you have letter next to letter next to letter. They are all multiplying. So to get rid of PR, we divide out PR on both sides. So P over P is 1, R over R is 1. T is I over PR. Done. Solve for M in the formula. So what do we need to get rid of? The X and the B. And the M is stuck with X for a minute, so to get our 0 first, we want to get rid of B. It's adding B, so we subtract to get 0. Subtract here, y minus B equals mx. We want m by itself, so we need to get rid of the x. So to do that, m and x are multiplying. So we do the opposite and divide. Divide by x on both sides. X over x is 1. So m is y minus b all over x. Number 6, solve for y in the formula. If you notice that there's not only y's, but there's also x. So we are not going to end up with a number answer. On this one, we want y by itself, so we need to get rid of the 3 and the negative 5x. The 3 is stuck with y for a minute, so to get our 0, we want to get rid of the negative 5x. It's negative, so to get 0, we need to add 5x. Here we have 0, and what's left is 3y. 6 plus 5x, those are not like terms. Even though a lot of people did put 11, it is not. 6 plus 5x, not like terms, so you leave them side by side. The y is not by itself yet. We need to get rid of the 3. So 3 next to the letter y, they're multiplying. So we do the opposite and we divide out 3. 3 over 3 is 1. And so this is y right here. Y is equal to 6 plus 5x over 3. Slices of pizza P cost $2.50 each and breadsticks B cost $1.25 each. You have up to $10 to spend. Write an inequality. So we have up to $10. Can we go over $10? How much money we have? No, because then we're in debt. So we have up to $10. We want to be less or we want to equal 10. We could spend all of it or less. And slices of pizza is $2.50 each. So if I buy one, that's $2.50. Two, $2.50 more, $2.50 more, $2.50 more. So I'm going to have $2.50 times P times the number of slices I get plus $1.25. And again, breadsticks, they're $1.25 each. You don't know how many breadsticks you're buying, so $1.25 B. That's the inequality done. That's all you need to write out. We're going to justify, so first thing that we need to do here is distribute. Negative 3 times negative x is positive 3x. Negative 3 times positive 8 is negative 24 equal to negative 9. The first thing I did, I distribute. That is not the multiplication property of equality because you did not multiply the 3 to both sides of the equal. You just did it to one side. Next step, you want to get x by itself, so we either move 24 or 3, and to get 0, we add the 24. So here we've got the add property of equality because we added it to both sides, keeping it equal. So 3x equals 15. Last step is divide out 3. 3 over 3 is 1. x is 5. And that last property we add over here is divide property of equality. And that's it. In your favorite store, there is a big sale where everything on the back rack says no more than $19.99. Write an inequality that represents how much the items could cost on the rack. So if they're no more than $19.99, can they be less? Yes, they could be less. So we have this sign, less than $19.99, or they could be equal. They just cannot be more. So we would have all of our clothes are less than or equal to $19.99, and that is our answer for number 9. Solve and graph the solution set. So here we want to get k by itself. The 5 and k are multiplying. We divide out 5. The number that we are dividing is a positive 5. Therefore, you do not flip the sign. Negative 10 divided 5 is negative 2. So the 5 here is positive, so you don't flip the sign. Okay, so we find negative 2. It has the equal to line. That means fill it in. Because negative 2 is an answer, it is equal. It does work. So to show that, we fill it in. And because the k comes first, we can follow the arrow, and it shows us to go to the left. Solve and graph the solution set. The r has a negative 3 that's dividing, so we will multiply negative 3. Multiply negative 3. The number we are multiplying is negative. Therefore, right away, I can tell I'm going to switch that sign. Negative 3 over negative 3 is 1. R, and that gives us 45. So I circle 45. I leave it open this time because it does not have the equal to. So 45 is not a solution. It just holds a boundary. The R comes first, so I can follow the arrow, showing me to go to the left.